Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back. So today I thought I would share with you a bit of a MAC haul. This wasn't purchased all at once, and actually the first few things I'm going to show you are what I bought at the beginning of the month that I alluded to, and then I've got a couple of things I got for my birthday, and then I have a couple of things that I purchased with some gift cards that I got for my birthday. But it's all MAC, and I thought it was a great time to show it to you because a couple of the items are limited edition, and I thought if you wanted to get them, I would show them to you and tell you what I thought of them. So let's jump right in and get started. So early in the month, I picked up a couple of new brushes. I don't actually know if they're limited edition or just new, so I will notate that here. I'll look that up and notate that here. But they came out with a few new brushes. The first two are, this is an eye brush. This is the 221, and it's just a really pointed version of, it's like a long pencil brush, pointed pencil brush. It's fairly dense. I really, really like this brush. Again, it's the 221. It's goat hair and it's very soft. I have used and washed this several times. It's holding up beautifully. It's holding its shape beautifully. I love this in place of a pencil brush. For me, it's so much easier to use. It just blends things better, and it's soft enough to blend with. Like sometimes a pencil brush is just too stiff. I love it. It's easy if you're trying to do detail work. Love it. Had to get it, and I love it. The next one that came out with that same collection, and I can't remember what collection that was with, MAC is Beauty. These were part of the MAC is Beauty, I believe, is the 137. So this is a long, fluffy face brush, and look at how, this is dirty because I use it every day. Look at how soft and fluffy it is. This is goat hair as well, but so soft and fluffy. So this is perfect for dusting just a little bit of powder on if you're looking to just powder areas. If you have a super intense blush, this works beautifully, or even like an intense highlighter that you're just trying to softly brush on your cheeks. This is a great brush. I love the shape of it. I love how soft it is, and it's very soft as well. I mean, the hairs are very soft. Again, I've washed it, used it, washed it, used it, and it's holding up beautifully. So these two brushes, love. And then they came out with another brush, not as part of that collection, but sort of around the same time, called the 135. And I picked it up. This one is dirty because I use it every day. I had to use it today. And again, just another goat hair brush. This is pinched, you can see. So the tip is rather pointed. But again, it's very soft. There's no density to this brush. Love it. This I use every single day for bronzer now. It's just lovely. Again, it's goat hair and it's very soft, but the way it's cut, so it's kind of cut with, I don't know what they call this, but it kind of has layers, and so it picks up the product really well, but not too much of it, and then it's just so easy to work it on the skin with this. It's a little bit pointed, so if you want to do a little bit of a contour with it, I don't really contour my face, but I do sort of bring it under my jawline with my bronzer just to sort of darken this up a little bit, give me a little stronger jawline. Love these three brushes. So this is what I bought at the beginning of the month, and then I kind of said I was going to try not to shop anymore for the rest of the month. So the next items are kind of birthday things. So the first two that I'm going to show you are from my friend who works for MAC. And so of course they're MAC items, but they are two more of the MAC x9 palettes. She is always encouraging me to wear more color, and so she purchased these for me, so I will wear more color. The first one is the Navy x9, which is, it's not a ton of, there are blues in here, but it's mostly, it's really, sort of blue-gray and steely gray colors. This is a beautiful palette. I've actually used this quite a bit since I got it. There's a lot of good grays. This, what is this black color? And I think a lot of these are not permanent colors as well. Copper plate is permanent. Black tide is permanent. And club. Club is a great color if you don't own it. So beautiful, beautiful. This light blue color right here is so pretty. I don't know if the camera's doing it justice. I don't want to swatch all of these, but I'll swatch that one. I mean, just a beautiful icy blue. Club, for those of you who haven't seen it, is like a duochrome. So you get some, like, there it is. It's beautiful. Very wearable. This palette is very, very wearable. I have really enjoyed owning it. And it's encouraged me to wear a little bit more color, so love it. And the other one, like I said, so she bought me the two I didn't own. So this is the Purple ×9, which is so not my color family that I wear. But I'm trying, you know. So here it is. It's gorgeous as well. It has a lot. It's mostly colors that are not permanent. Let's see what I recognize. I think Sweet Lust is a permanent color. Satellite Dreams is permanent, and I think Shadowy Lady is permanent. So I think maybe only 3 or 4 of these are permanent. Beautiful, beautiful colors. This row, so pretty. This purple, so pretty. And what she did tell me was that MAC designed these as well for people to think about using them like each row as sort of a look. So you could use it across, these 3 across, or these 3 down, or even diagonally. So if you own the ×9 palettes, any of them, take a look at them and, you know, just to inspire yourself, try creating a look with one row, either going this way, or diagonally. And I think it just gives you a little more inspiration and, you know, some ways to change up kind of what you're doing with your shadows. So now I own all 4 of the MAC ×9 palettes, and I'm very excited. So I am well stocked for eyeshadows. Yeah, and like I said, these are fantastic to travel with because they're small. There's lots of looks in there, and they're, you know, really hard, so they're pretty safe to travel with. Love them. And I think the price point of these is very good, even though I didn't buy these 2. They're $40 retail, and you get 9 shadows, which you'll probably never work through. I mean, really, we all own so many shadows, but I highly recommend both of them, and don't be afraid of the navy. It's so pretty, so many beautiful grays, and a couple of blues in there, which are fun to play with. Love them. Okay, then, so my birthday was this month, and one of the things my husband always does is give me some gift cards because he's not going to go buy makeup for me, and he knows I love to buy makeup. So I have a bunch of gift cards to use, and I don't want to just run out and buy a bunch of stuff because I want to have them for when new things come out. So, but I did want to pick up a couple of new things. First of all, MAC just released their Extra Dimension eyeshadows, and some of you may own some of the Extra Dimension shadows because they're part of, they promote them as part of collections all the time, but they're not permanent. But now they've released them as permanent, and I own a couple of these eyeshadows, the Extra Dimension eyeshadows, from different collections, but I've wanted this one, so I picked this up from the latest release. And so all the colors that are there now are permanent, so you don't have to rush out and get them, but they sure are pretty. So I picked up Rich Core, which is, depending on the light, it's like a red brown, but sometimes it looks really purple, like a purple brown. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the Extra Dimension shadows, so there that is, that's one swatch. And that's dry. So these shadows can be used wet or dry. Wet, they're very, very intense, and dry, they're a little more sheer, but very, very wearable. These are great if you like doing sort of one shadow looks, just put some shadow on, buff it out, and, you know, throw some liner on. These are great because they have a ton of dimension to them. Extra Dimension is what they're called. And what I wanted to compare them to is, for those of you who aren't who like the thought of the NARS palette, hold on. So these are the NARS shadows. What are these called? The dual intensity shadows. These shadows are very, very much like these shadows, except that these wear all day. So with the NARS shadows, for me, if I use a really sticky base, I can get these to wear 6 hours, but that's it. So you're not going to get a long day out of them or something like that. This will wear all day for me. I own a lot of these from other collections. I love them. And they're less expensive than the NARS shadows. So if you were craving this palette, or maybe you bought this palette and it didn't perform that well for you, but you like the thought of the shadows, you might want to try these extra dimension shadows. I honestly think they're some of the best shadows that MAC makes. They blend beautifully. They like this is on my hand without a primer. It's beautiful. I am wearing this today as liner and in my outer corner. I hadn't planned on wearing this, but then I thought, oh, I'm going to talk about it, so you know, I put a little on so you could see it. But these are really, really lovely. They go on, if you're going to pack it on your lid, I highly recommend just using your finger because it goes on, it puts on like beautiful, beautiful intensity. But they also sell a brush, as I think it might be limited edition, the brush, but it's like a dual-sided where one side is natural hair and the other side is synthetic. And a natural hair brush will give you a softer wash of color with this. And if you use a synthetic brush to pack it on, it will be a denser, much more intense color. And again, if you wet them, they're very intense, very, very metallic, beautiful. They're not really glittery. There's no like, some of them probably have some glitter in them, but this one does not. There are so many beautiful colors, so many beautiful colors. You have to go look at them. You know, there's everything from an intense black, like a beautiful bright blue. There's a dark green that's amazing. There's a really rich charcoal color called Fathoms Deep that's just beautiful. I only picked up this one, you know, because I'm trying to be thoughtful about the things I pick up and what I'll really use, but they really, really are beautiful. Love, love. So again, this is rich core, but there's many, many, many of them, and I highly recommend the formula. Okay, and then lastly, MAC just released a limited edition collection of the Huggable lipsticks again. So I love the Huggable lipstick formula. If you haven't tried it, it's a sheer, more sheer formula than some of their others, but it's got good pigmentation and it wears really, really well. It sort of feels like you have a thick balm on your lips. It's not really sticky, but you definitely feel like you're wearing a full-on lipstick with these. So I bought a couple of them. The first one I'm wearing, and it is called, these are really hard to read, I'm In. Is this the one I'm wearing? I don't think so. No, this is the one I'm wearing. I am wearing Play It Soft on my lips. Which is a nice bright pinky coral. Why don't I show it to you? Here it is. It's a beautiful pinky coral. I like these because they look very glossy, but they're not slippery on the lips. So like a lot of glossy formulas have a lot of slip on the lips, and a lot of people don't like that. I don't mind that so much, but these do not have that slippery feel on the lips. And they wear really, really well. I'll swatch this one for you. This has a lot of pigmentation. So there it is. This is my, so one of the things I've sort of committed to is for the summer, you know, pulling out all my bright lips and wearing bright lips again, because I kind of got away from that and I got back to my nudes. And my MAC pal challenges me constantly to wear more color. So I'm trying to wear more color. This is gorgeous. Again, that is Play It Soft. And then I also picked up one that's a little bit more, it's a little softer in color, and it's called I'm In. And it's just a nice pink color. But this one is not nearly as pigmented. So this is a good one just to keep in your bag to, there it is right there. For sort of a your lips but better, but you want to have a little gloss on your lips. I picked that one up as well. I probably could have skipped this one, but for summer I like to have lipstick that's almost like a balm that gives me just a little bit of color to my lips, so I picked this one up to own that as well. The Huggable lipsticks are limited edition, so when they're gone, they're gone. I will say the color range in this collection this time is quite orange. Like the red is very orange. There's a red that's quite orange. There's a couple of like oranges. And then there's a couple of, like how this one is just a soft pink, there's a couple of like nudie ones like this that are just really nude. So if you like just a nude look to your lips with a little bit of gloss, you might want to look at a couple of those. But again, these are limited edition. So if you want a Huggable, you got to get it now before they're gone this time. I'm sure they'll bring them back around again. But yeah, that is it so far. So the only things I bought with my gift certificates were, you know, the 3 MAC items so far. So I will keep you posted if that changes. I'm thinking about a small Sephora order maybe. But yeah, that is it for today. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all again soon.